quarter mile. Was supreme, the chicks are cream for Grizz lightning. I'm going through the slide in the burning of the quarter mile.
What am I doing? I got a review to do. What up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adam Kalski, aka for short, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite musicals of all time, Grease. So, hello? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the reminder. Okay, bye-bye. There's a sequel? So welcome to my new segment called There's a Sequel. This is where I take a sequel of a popular movie that you didn't know existed, or you have no idea why it was made in the first place. While Grease was released in 1978, Grease 2 was released in 1982. It takes place 2 years after the events of the first movie, and is about Sandy's cousin coming to Rydell from Australia and grows an attraction to Stephanie, the leader of the Pink Ladies. However, Stephanie only wants a quote-unquote cool rider out of a guy, so he builds him a motorcycle, learns how to ride it, and disguises himself as someone else. This romance draws the attention of an ex of Stephanie's, the leader of the T-Birds. There's singing, there's dancing, there's a talent show they're preparing for, there's shenanigans going on, and we'll dive more into detail about that. Grease is known for its memorable songs, electrifying dancing, and memorable characters. This movie is a huge downgrade. A lot of it consists of them just standing there, lip singing, obviously, and no dancing. Even when it's a really energetic song, there's no dancing. They're just looking like this, moving their heads around. And when they do dance, it's just what people who can't dance do. A lot of the dancing in the movie, especially at the beginning, is a lot of swinging their arms around, shaking their legs, moving their hips, and that's really all it is. It looks like something off of Austin Powers, but with less energy. The songs aren't as memorable either. It has one or two good ones. I like Cool Rider and Who's That Guy, but other than that, they're either forgettable or downright outrageous. There's the We'll Be Together song at the end, but it's slow, it's not energetic, there's not any good dancing going on, and they replay a lot of the songs too. Like, for example, the Pink Ladies are auditioning for the talent show. They replay bits of the song throughout the movie over and over and over again. You get sick of it so quick. And it's not just the songs that are badly written. The whole script is not very good. It's almost the same as the first one, except with motorcycles, and instead of a bad boy with a good girl, it's kind of switched. I don't want to bash the main actor in the movie. His name's Maxwell Caulfield. I really like this actor. He's in my favorite Spider-Man cartoon ever, but he's not given much. He actually doesn't even sing very much, or even dance. He's certainly no John Travolta. In fact, the other greasers aren't that memorable. I can remember Kaniki, Dodie, Sonny, and Pudsey, but I can't remember these T-Birds. Pink Ladies, I remember Rizzo, Jan, Marty, Frenchie. I can't remember any of the Pink Ladies. Speaking of Frenchie, she's in this movie, and then probably like around the middle, she disappears. I can't remember if she even shows up at the ending. She has no role in this movie. They do bring back the principal and her assistant, and they're pretty funny. In fact, I'm going to show you probably one of the funniest scenes in the movie that made me laugh at least.
I'm a little worried. I've missed my last 2 periods.
That's all right, dear. You can make them up after school.
Where does the pollen go?
That got a chuckle out of me. But then they also have the other gang leader in this movie, and he also has no role. The majority of the characters who come back have no role. You could write them out and not miss a thing. Even the dialogue they say is ridiculous. I'm not saying the first movie had subtle humor, but I grew up watching Grease, and I didn't get a lot of the adult jokes, it's an adult movie, but the dirty jokes until I got older. Here, when I first saw it, I caught every single one. Don't forget to come out for band practice, because it's much more fun to play with others than with yourself. Now I know what you're wondering. Is there anything good in this movie? Well, there are a few. This movie was the breakthrough movie for 2 major stars. Christopher McDonald playing one of the T-Birds, who would later on play in Happy Gilmore and The Iron Giant. And of course, Michelle Pfeiffer. Wow! Down, boy! No. I know where this is going. I'm not doing that. Now, while Christopher McDonald's character isn't much, he's just a big dumb greaser, Michelle Pfeiffer is actually a pretty decent character. She's pretty smart-witted. She has a quick sense of humor. I like the scene where Michael asks her out for the first time, asking her if she's free, and she goes, "I'm free every day. It says so in the Constitution." The only thing that's not interesting about her is the relationship between her and Michael, aka the mysterious motorcycle rider. Danny and Sandy had a great relationship in the first movie. Here, Stephanie just wants a cool guy on a cool motorcycle, doesn't really care about personality. She runs off with him for a while, and they go for a motorcycle ride. They stop, but we don't see them interact with each other much. What all do they do? Do they go for another ride that consists on protection? And I'm not talking about helmets. There are a few good songs, like I said, as well, and a few legitimate funny moments. But other than that, this movie is not much. It does have its fans, but even the actors in the movie said they did not enjoy this movie. Maxwell Caulfield said it took him 10 years to get over Grease 2. Ouch. The actress who plays Frenchie said that it was just a rushed production. Even the creator of Grease disapproved this movie. There's a lot of dislikable characters in here, and there's a lot of scenarios that happen that you really don't care about. There's one really funny scene, unintentionally, where Michael, as the mystery biker, does a big jump and is presumed dead, and Stephanie is crying over it, but you don't see her crying. You don't see her reaction. You can hear it, but you just see it on the back of her head. How are you supposed to get emotion if you can't see the face? Think about it. I'm crying. I'm sad. I'm conveying emotion, but you can't see my face. But it's not important to report a possible dead person. We got a talent show to go to. Grease had a bit of emotion. It could be silly, but it still had interesting situations. Like at the end, Rizzo finds out she's pregnant and she gets bullied by a lot of the other girls, and she realizes she's not as tough as she thinks she is. That's an interesting character and situation. Here, one of the biggest issues is the talent show that's going on. One thing I want to talk about that a lot of people don't talk about in movies is the sound mixing. Like Michael's song, it's all echoey, like he's singing out of in his mind, but he's singing this during while he's in the cafeteria, and there's so much talking and shouting going on that you could barely hear it. And even when there's nothing going on in the back room, you still have trouble hearing it. There's also a scene where Stephanie, during her Cool Rider song, she's still dancing and singing where you think the song would end. And you can still hear it when you see one of the T-Birds and Michael talking to each other.
It's gonna have to be a motorcycle. Good idea, invest in the cycle. So you got a deal.
What happened? Does she stop when she got home? Does she stop after getting run over by a car? This movie hurt. I love the first Grease movie. I grew up with it. But what made the first one so good is the charming characters, the singing, the dancing. It's just a memorable movie. This, I'm sure, has its fans, but I'm not one of them. But at least they gave us Christopher McDonald and Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm going to give Grease 2
3.5 out of 10.
If I were Christopher McDonald right now, I would rather eat pieces of for breakfast every day than rewatch this movie. Go away. So that was my review of Grease 2. What do y'all think? Are there any movies that have a sequel that nobody knows about or that need to exist? Let me know in the comments and I'll get to them eventually. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and a suggestion for a future video. Follow me on my social media at abomb1996. Also, a quick announcement. This video is being released in the midst of April, which means it's Autism Awareness Month. So I'm going to start reviewing movies about autism. And what better way to start it off with the most controversial movie recently. Ooh. And until next time, I will see you guys. Michelle Pfeiffer? Wow! Down, boy. Yow! Oh! I am strangely turned on by this, but.
Where does the pollen go?